Hi guys, so today we're lucky enough to have PJ Moor come down to join us at Howzat Cricket Academy. We're going to be doing a wicket-keeping session with him. A bit of background about PJ: he's played over 50 internationals across all three formats for Zimbabwe. He's got 5 first-class and list day hundreds, and he's currently one of the wicket-keepers in the Zimbabwe squad. We're going to go inside the academy now. PJ just arrived. We're going to crack on with some drills, and as always, these sessions are more about me doing the introduction and the closing, and trying to get as much information out of these guys who are obviously people that apply their trade at the top level, and to let you guys see how they go about their business. Yeah, let's get cracking. So Pete, just stopping you there, mate, just give us an idea what you're working on in this drill.
So basically this is just a warm up. First off I like to take a little gauge here. Stand about 2 feet back from the stumps. And I always like to start with the left hander because I feel it's often neglected. My right leg works as an anchor. This is my personal method. And my left leg moves back when I catch the ball, just to give it a little bit of a cushion. I like to start with no gloves just to get nice and warm before I crack on with my drills.
Good.
I'll jump across and do a few to the righty. With the righty, the left leg obviously works as an anchor.
Awesome. PJ, I notice as we're doing this drill, mate, every time you catch the ball, you transfer it back to the stumps. Is there any reason why you do that?
I just like to make it a habit.
Okay.
Obviously, you never know when that stumping opportunity is going to arrive, so I just like to make it a habit and just work on that.
So now to the right hander, you roughly have that left foot on off stump, is that correct?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sometimes if the ball's turning a bit more, I can move across, and also depending on the batsman's back lift, it often can be in high line, so if you find yourself doing this, in that case I'll just get a little bit wider.
When people talk to a keeper about the sound and attack, what does that sort of mean to you?
I like to just hopefully make one noise. As a keeper, you know if it's hit your gloves nicely or not, so especially when I'm warming up, I like to make sure that as it hits my glove, there's just one sound. There's not doo-doo.
Okay.
You're rather just that solid thud as it hits your gloves, and then you know you're catching it nicely.
And is that the reason why you just do this drill on Eunice to start with, in a soft ball?
With, just so that my hands are feeling the ball, and then later on when I go outside and do some hard ball stuff, again, that's when I'm very, very conscious of making sure it hits my gloves once.
Right, Pete, we've got another drill here, mate. Just talk us through it.
I'll just put a couple of decoys in front of me there, very similar to the other drill, except now I'm practicing with a hard ball, gloves on, and helmet on. Again, starting with the left hander, just to reinforce the fact that you often neglect keeping 2 left-handers, and a lot of batters are left-handers. Naturally, keeping to your righty is more easier. So always start with the lefty, and basically it's just a progression from the previous drill, working on catching it clean. If it happens to deflect off these stumps, it's also a good gauge of where I am and what the position that I've got myself into. Another big value that I'm working on is just making sure that I'm showing as much of the glove as possible.
Okay.
As the ball comes to me, I don't want my gloves to be closed. I want them to try and be as wide as they possibly can.
Oi, great take. So we're going to do a reaction drill now of the catch ramp, a progression on from what we've just done. What's the method behind this?
So basically this is a bit more of a reaction drill. I'm not too sure which way it's going to bounce off that ramp. It's a little bit unnatural, which gives me a good gauge of the position that I'm in.
Okay.
1 or 2 might go down leg, 1 or 2 might deflect off this thing. It's more just for my reactions. If I drop a few, it's not the end of the world, just as long as I know I'm in a strong position to catch it.
Good take.
So I don't mind that. A little bit of a reaction is fine.
Oh, lovely take, Peach. You're going to do a little nicking drill now where I'm going to grab a cone, come stand in front of you as a distraction. So trying to get more match-like and more specific to what you're to encompass in a game. We'll get Herbie throwing some balls at us. This is a drill you like doing?
Yeah, I think it's a good one. Often when you hear that nicking sound, keepers tend to freeze up a little bit.
Okay.
So just to practice getting used to that sound, the ball nicking, and keeping your soft hands.
Okay. 4. 6.
Thank you.
Just in case. Oh yes. 7. 1. In terms of rising with the ball, when you look to rise with the ball?
With the bounce. So stay down as long as possible. Make sure you come up with the bounce. And again, your eye line is very important. You don't want to be catching the ball there with no control. You want to be in line with it and come up with it.
Because it's a lot easier to obviously rise with the ball.
Yeah.
If you rise too early, you have to drop back down.
Especially if you're a slightly taller keeper. You often want to come up early. So if you can stay down for as long as possible, and concentrate on that.
Nice.
Again with this drill, concentrating on keeping that as your anchor. You don't want this to move too much. Keep that down, let your right hand do all the work. So again, starting off with the left-hander, my main objection here is to try and get on the inside of the ball. So I want to be catching the ball just slightly on the inside. The main reason for this is just to get the feet working, standing back, and again focusing on that one sound. I want it to make one thud when it hits my gloves. Sound was alright, but I wasn't too happy. I want to move more laterally.
How important is lateral movement for a wicketkeeper?
Oh, it's very, very important. Obviously, the further you can move, the bigger your range of movement and the further you can get to catching the ball. So again, you've got to have a strong base, make sure you're in a comfortable position. A lot of Australian keepers like to go down, start the run-up. The English style is a little bit different. They like to stand up a little bit like this. And just ultimately, you just have to make sure you've got a strong base when you're standing back.
I've heard something where it says that good footwork with a wicketkeeper should eliminate diving. Is that true? Diving should be a last resort?
Big time. The closer you get to the ball, the easier it is to catch. And even if you have taken a couple of steps, your momentum will naturally make you dive better. So you can't just try and dive from a stop position. You've got to make sure you move and dive.
Thanks for your time, mate. Happy to leave it there.
Ben, if we could just finish off with a couple of high ones, just to finish off. I often find that it's part of the game that's slightly neglected. Often at the start of an innings, a batsman gets a top edge, it goes up. Naturally, it's the keeper's catch because he's got the gloves on. So it's something I like to finish off my sessions with when I'm slightly fatigued, just to make sure I'm in a good position and I'm watching the ball. So Ben, this is a drill that I did with Lieutenant Taibu, when I was involved in national keeper. Basically, if you can keep 2 balls on you, hit the first one up, I'll take it, roll it to you, you hit the next one up. So I keep going, and you've got a ball with you at all times. If we end up that side of the field, so be it. We're trying to aim to do 8 to 10.
Pete, another thing that guys probably don't think of enough, and I noticed it there when you're doing that drill. At one stage when we were moving around, I don't think the sun was a factor over there. Suddenly we got to this part of the field, and you can see the hand went up. Important things that a lot of guys train indoors where the sun isn't an element. Today we're using red balls. White ball cricket, from what I've heard, it's quite difficult to pick out in the clear blue sky. So all those things have a role, and it's things you do want to practice, so that when you get to a game, you're more prepared for those elements. Is that correct?
Certainly. I mean, obviously you can wear sunglasses, wear a cap, those things help you. I know a lot of keepers prefer not to wear sunglasses. Brendan Taylor, the national keeper, he prefers not to wear sunglasses so often. You've got to try and make sure that you can get in a position where the sun's not going to affect you. So if that means running around the ball this way, so be it. But it is a big factor. When that chance goes up, you've got to be in the best possible position to take it.
Peace, thanks for your time, mate. Always a pleasure to work with you.
Cheers, buddy.
Just a quick one. How long do you spend working on your keeping a week?
I try to do 10 to 15 minutes at the start of my session, just working on some drills and stuff. And then if I have time at the end of the session, I'll try to do 30 minutes or so. So I think it's very important as a keeper to try to do a bit of keeping work every day, just to make sure that you're getting into good positions and stuff like that. So overall, throughout the course of the week, if I train 5 days a week, I'll end up doing 3 to 4 hours a week of keeping.
I notice you're a guy that works extremely hard on his physical side of the game. How important is it for young keepers or aspiring keepers to be in a good physical condition in order to affect their skills on the park?
No, it's massive. To be honest, as a keeper, you're always in the game. It's one of the most strenuous positions to be, besides possibly being a fast bowler. So you've got to make sure that you've got a strong core and strong legs. You're up and down the whole time, especially in ODI cricket and T20 cricket. You do a lot more than you think. A lot of people say it must be tough to keep in a test match, which is hard. But to be honest, ODI cricket is a lot more strenuous. You're up to the stumps the whole time. You're always in the game. There's always a run-out opportunity. You're being timed for your 50 overs. So as the keeper, you've got to be the first guy to get to your position. Keeps the team going. So yeah, it's very, very important.
And then on top of that, I suppose a guy like you bats up at the top of the order, opens for his first-class team. And it's not just the 50 overs or 20 overs you spend in the field. You've then got to put the pads on, go out and be able to concentrate and make some runs for your side as well.
Sure, well, it's something you've got to embrace. Obviously, as a sportsman, the fitter you are, naturally the better you feel and the more proactive you're going to be on the park. So I feel, even though you have to bat high up the order, it's something that I've embraced. And I think any keeper out there who wants to better himself has to be aware of the fact that physical fitness is a huge part of keeping.
Pete, thanks for your time, mate. It's always a pleasure to work with you. All the best for the season.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks for your time. Cheers, mate.
Just on reflection on that session there with PJ, hopefully you guys can take something away from this video. Just a few ideas on drills, as well as the technique associated with performing those sort of drills, and also ideas and crossovers between the wicket-keeping style approach and a catcher in baseball. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. We'll try and get another one of the guys down to do something different in the next couple of weeks, and we'll post it on our Sportfolio platform in due course. Cheers, fellas.